Hey guys, and welcome back to Let's Play Resident Evil 0. In the previous episode, we started off as Rebecca Chambers and made our way into the train, only to discover that it's full of monsters. We then encountered Billy Cohen, our character that we're playing as here, who supposedly killed 23 people. We then made our way onto the roof of the train as Rebecca. Unfortunately, we were then attacked by leeches and forced to fall into a room where we are now trapped. So we switched perspectives and started playing as Billy, and then made our way to the other side of the train, and we are now here. So we also managed to collect the conductor's key, which will allow us to enter the conductor's room. So let's go ahead and do that. So, like I mentioned in the previous episode, our goal for this one is basically just to, find a sharp object other than the knife, I guess, because, I mean, to be fair, the knife is probably a lot bigger than, than the, hole, or than the, the object that we need to fit the keyhole or whatever, right? So we need to find something that's a lot more pointy, sharp and pointy, but here we have the map of the entire train, so we can see all of the floors and whatnot. So it seems like there's a part of the roof we get to explore, as well as a majority of the second floor, but the first floor seems to be pretty much fully explored. Here we have a green herb and a red herb combination here. However, I'm not going to pick that up until we get to play as Rebecca once again, because Rebecca is the one, after all, who can mix the herbs, so I think it'd be safer for her to do that. But here we have the note from conductor. The key card for the driver's compartment is in my bag as always, but I need the other guy's key to open the damn thing. But it looks like I've lost it somewhere. If it was a normal key, someone would be sure to turn it in, but this key is different. I'll look for it too, but if you happen to find it, please hand it in. Thanks in advance. So basically, not only do we need the briefcase thing we just found here, coincidentally, but we also need two other keys to open it, because as you can see, if I go ahead and examine it, it's not really going to open until we put in the two insignias here that we need to open it up. So basically our goal is to find those as well. So we have two missions currently right now. Is to open up this briefcase and also to find something that will help Rebecca out, but I don't need that right this moment, so I'm just going to go ahead and leave that. And instead what I'm going to do is interact with the switch, which will cause a ladder to drop down from the second floor, allowing us to climb up it and head up there too. So yeah, basically here is the second floor. It's probably the biggest room actually on the train. And when you encounter big rooms in Resident Evil games, you usually know what that means. A fight of some sort is going to occur, and which is further, our suspicions are further, proved in a sense, due to the fact that there was literally a cutscene when we were in that room with some sort of enemy screeching, which kind of just, further proves that there seems to be something, a fight that might go down in that room. So we're kind of running out of space here actually, because if you go into this room, it's just chocked full of items, and we don't have the space to carry it all, so we're gonna have to do some item management of sorts here. But so I'm definitely gonna take the hunting gun, and I think what I'll actually take with it is, instead of the first aid spray, I'm just gonna go in with all brave, all cool, without any health whatsoever. We're just going to go in with a couple key items, the shotgun and the handgun, because that's all we need. Well, I think this is all we really can bring, unless we're just going with the handgun or whatever, because I don't think the shotgun's enough, or the hunting gun rather, is enough to kill them, and I think you need to have the screwdriver, or ice pick, I don't know what it's called, in your inventory. What actually is it called? Yeah, the ice pick. In your inventory to activate this scene here. Alright. So here we have a giant scorpion, and basically what you want to do is take your hunting gun and just point down when you get up to it, and it will do massive damage. This fight isn't really too tough, but it's definitely pretty intimidating, but it's not too bad. Also, how much ammo? Okay, I actually have enough. I might actually be able to beat this with just the hunting gun. Just run, but we still managed to get hit, but I think we're actually fine, just because, yeah, this fight, as mentioned, like, quite a few times now, is nothing really to worry about. Also, I think I missed that shot there, but, oh, we just did it. Didn't even leave fine, and we got hit multiple times, so yeah, not really the hardest fight. But now, with that completed, I believe that enemy is called Stinger, just if you wanted to know the name, but now with that enemy completed, we can now head over to Rebecca and give her the ice pick, but here we also have the panel opener as well, and jeez, left quite a hole. You know, I'm not exactly sure how it entered the train, if it was just sitting on the roof or whatever, but I'm not too sure about that. What exactly it was doing up there, or whoever it came in, but video game logic implies that it did come through the roof, so I guess we're just gonna have to go with the fact that it was sitting up there. But yeah, I've been so focused on this whole scorpion thing that I don't think I even mentioned the panel opener. Basically, in the room where the not the elevator, but the room where we can, you know, send things from the first floor to the second floor, is a panel that we can use the panel open. I mean, obviously, but I feel so weird because it's like, duh, but a panel obviously opens a panel, but basically I kind of just wanted to point out where you use the item and its function, but I don't think I really needed to point the function out, obviously, because I think it's pretty intuitive. But in the room with the elevator, you just want to open up the panel. With the panel opener, which will allow us to progress throughout new areas of the train, which is always a good thing. And I believe one of the insignias we need to open the briefcase also lies in that, you know, new area, as well as an item I'm not looking so forward to obtain, but I guess I'll get into that when the time comes. As of now, I'm just making my way from one side of the train to the other. No zombies are actually coming up. I guess we cleared them all out, so we're just boringly, I don't even think that's even a word, we're just slowly making our way from one side of the train to the other with no enemies in our way trying to stop us whatsoever. But I mean, it's fine. So yeah, this is a pretty suspect looking refrigerator. You can tell that something's probably going to come through there, and it does. But now we're safe. I think you actually have to make your way to the other side, and then he'll open up when you're making your way through back. But yeah, we can send Rebecca the ice pick. And I don't think I actually even ever interacted with the door that tells you you need the ice pick. I forgot to do that, but obviously, having played this game start to finish many times, I knew precisely what I was doing and didn't really need to interact with the door to know what I was doing. But yeah, here we have it, the ice pick. I'm not sure if there's anything I need to send Billy down other than the herb, but actually I'll just keep that on me. Also, we're not going to need the knife. I don't even know why I kept it on me this long. You can pretty much just discard of that. It's pretty much the most useless item ever. And even though Resident Evil 0 is one of the harder Resident Evil games, I want to say, I don't think there's ever going to be a scenario in this game where we're going to have to resort to the knife. It's not that bad. But here we have some fire zombies. I'm not even going to attempt to fight them because I'm sure the amount of damage you take from getting bit by a fire zombie is like crazy, if not a one-shot. But well, I don't think it would be like a one-shot, but it would definitely be pretty crazy. Probably would take you to danger immediately, which I'm not going to risk, because we'll never have to come back to that area anyway, so it's not like there's actually a point in fighting them. But here, you can use the panel opener, like I mentioned earlier, to unlock it. And there we go. Because obviously, if I don't think I interacted with this door, but it's locked, so we need to use the panel to enter the crawl space and use this alternate entrance to gain access to the side of the train. Here we have 2 dogs that are going to jump out immediately, so just get your gun ready. And I missed. Kind of embarrassing, but it's fine. And I think that's that. Yep. Rebecca already stopped aiming. She knew what she was doing. And Rebecca took 1 hit and is already in danger. Yeah, Rebecca is pretty lame. I think Billy took, what, 3 and is still in fine. Rebecca not doing so well. I guess I'll give the medical stuff to her, though, because she is, like, the medical professional and all that. This I'll also give to her, I guess. No, actually. Because Rebecca's going to need a lot of space for something really quick. She needs at least 2 empty slots, which she has right now, so we're just going to keep her inventory like that. Also, here is not what I interacted with there, but this. One of the 2 insignias you need to open the briefcase, but because of the limited inventory space, I had no choice but to leave the briefcase in the save room, I believe. Or just no, in the room where we found it, actually, I think. What we want to do now is separate the characters. Have Rebecca go over here. And Billy pull it. Pull the lever. Now don't touch any buttons. Just press the swap button, that's it. Then just have Rebecca pick it up. I remember when I used to originally, when I was younger, when I would play this, I used to always think that, like, there was a time limit to it, but that's just because I kept touching the control stick as Billy. There's no time limit, it's just as long as you don't touch the stick, you'll have infinite time, I believe, because it's just activated by the lever, or lever, however you pronounce it. I'm not really sure if there's a right one, or if it's just a matter of opinion, but the hookshot operator's manual, I'm not really going to read through this because I kind of just explain it myself. Let's just connect the characters again. I'll swap to Billy just because I like to have him as the main character because he has the most HP, obviously. And as I've already mentioned, and, you know, I wouldn't really say it's like a spoiler, but as I already, you know, took the surprise away from, there is an enemy that's going to be jumping out of this refrigerator here, so I'm going to have to make sure to get ready for that. But we got him, I believe, already, actually. No, I'll just put a bit more shots, and there we go. Don't really have that much pistol ammo for either of my... Actually, oh my gosh, I have a lot for her. Okay. I'm gonna have to exchange some, Rebecca. There we go. No, I'll just combine that with that. And we have the exact same for each character. Well, I suppose Rebecca has a bit more because her handgun carries more bullets. Okay, so we have the gas tank. So basically, I believe in the first episode I talked about the Molotovs. Or Molotovs, sorry. I don't know why I said it like that, but... Molotovs. Basically, these are, you know, flammable bottles that we can carry around. Actually, Rebecca... Sorry about this. I just want to heal and then give it to her because she's the expert with them, obviously. Give them to... Oh my gosh. Okay, there. Actually, I do want to leave one spot at least, so... Or I could put the hook... Oh my gosh, okay. It's just because I'm planning so many steps ahead here, but basically, what we can do now is now that we have the Molotov cocktails, we can now use them against Leechmen, who are very, basically, like, the easiest way to defeat the Leechmen is with the Molotov cocktail. I gave them to Rebecca, obviously, because she is the expert on them and can throw them faster. That's one of her special abilities. But basically, I believe what I was trying to say before I was interrupted, or just caught up on the whole, Molotov stuff, But basically what I wanted to just touch on is the fact that the hookshot, and that I gave it to Rebecca because she is actually the only one who can use it. There is a weight limit on it, and I believe Billy exceeds the weight limit, so Rebecca's the only one who can use it. And oh my gosh, Rebecca, he's already cautioned. So the only character you can give it to is Rebecca, so I have to. I also believe that the file kind of pointed out some of the spots where you can use the hookshot, but I can always just point those out myself.
Let's split up.
I'm gonna let Rebecca wait here, just to see if there are any zombies, which if there are, I'll just take that out with Billy, and yes, there are. Oh my gosh, 2. This is bad, actually. Get run. Sorry about that. But basically, yeah, so Rebecca's the only one who can use the hookshot, and our first hookshot spot within the game is right here at this window, actually. But there are going to be many instances throughout the game where you're forced to bring that hookshot with you throughout this entire game, which is probably the worst part of it, which I think I briefly mentioned in the last part, but I didn't talk about it too much in detail just because, well, we hadn't had the hookshot yet, so I'd basically be talking about an item that we've even yet to obtain. But now that we do have it, I just want to say that, yeah, honestly, the hookshot is the bane, I think, of everyone's existence. It's the worst item within like any Resident Evil game. I don't even think that's pushing it. I think it's honestly true. You have to carry this thing with you throughout the entire game, and once you finally don't need it anymore, like once you finally used it in all the places, the game doesn't even notify you. So on a first-time playthrough, you'll still be running around with it throughout the entire game, not sure if you should leave it behind or not, just at the, you know, the small chance that you might still need it, because the game isn't like, you know, with keys or anything where they're like, hey, you can discard this now or whatever. No, there's none of that. The game just like allows you to, the game just tricks you into thinking you still need it, because it doesn't give you a prompt like, hey, you know, this item's use is all done now, you don't need it anymore, you can finally put it away. So instead, what happens is you'll just be left there wondering if it's still needed, and you'll just be carrying it with you, even to like the final boss. But because if anybody is following along with this as like some sort of guide and is wondering when they won't need it, obviously, because I played this multiple times, I will obviously be pointing out when it's no longer necessary to continue to have in your inventory. Alright, so now that we need to go through the door, all the leeches move. I'm not sure if they leave, like, coincidentally the second Rebecca wants to go through the door, or if it's just showing us that they're all gone and they left, like, earlier or something. But, yeah, when Rebecca has to go through, they all leave. Perfect timing, I guess. Although I have always kind of just assumed that it's just showing them. So about that, but it's just showing them move, but they actually moved like a long time ago while we were doing all that item stuff. I'm gonna give this all to Billy, including the first aid spray for now, just so I can run back up to that room upstairs and grab all of the items we missed out on. Yeah, I mean, we're pretty much starting to see the flaw of RE0 with the no item box thing. You know, you're just constantly moving your items from one area to another, and because the world of RE0, it's pretty small now, so it's not a huge issue, but the world of this, like this the in-game world is actually pretty big once you make it to our next area, so you're like moving all your items through like 10 different rooms. It's kind of annoying, but luckily we're not at that point yet, so we don't even have to worry about it. All we need to worry about now is just moving the items from the second floor to the save room that we have on the first floor, which is not too bad actually, because we've yet to collect a super huge amount of items. it's just moving a couple, and because most of the stuff is heal and ammunition, and because it's been a long time since I played an RE game like this, I'm getting hit quite a lot and having to use heals regularly, so it's not like I'm just stocked up on a bunch of stuff. I'm using ammo a lot, I'm using lots of ammo, lots of heals, so I guess it's kind of a good thing that I'm doing that in a sense, so that we're not overloaded with tons of equipment. But now that we've collected all of that, actually, I'm not going to do any item management. I'm just going to make my way to the save point, actually. Really quickly, we'll drop off some things and keep some important things. Just genuinely doing the stuff that needs to be done. I'll go ahead and exchange that.
I'll go check over there.
Actually, no. I was going to split up, but now that I think about it, I don't actually have to drop off everything in the save room. If I do this correctly here, if I give it the stuff to Billy, I can combine the insignias with the briefcase and then lose a bunch of space there, which I can then transfer stuff to Billy again, and Rebecca can pick up these 2 herbs there and combine them, and then I think everything on the train at that point will have been collected. So let's just combine this stuff together. Now examine it. The briefcase has been unlocked. Of course we're going to open it. Take a look inside, and there is the blue key card. This key card is used to unlock the electronic door on the lead car. It is actually I thought it might actually have a different name. Do I have to examine like the back of it or anything, or is it really just the blue key card? That's it. Okay, so it's a blue key card. Nothing more than that. I also want to exchange more ammo with Billy again, because I pretty much used all of mine. Okay, I'll give him 15. Exchange this with Billy. All of them, obviously. Exchange the first aid spray. Now, Rebecca has enough space to take these 2 herbs and combine them into a mixed green and red herb combination. Let's just go ahead and do that. That's the herbal mix. I believe if I were to examine it, it would be like, oh, it's red and green herbs. So let's actually give that a try, just to see if that's actually what it does. And no, it stays as the herbal mix, so clearly I'm just remembering this all wrong. I guess I'm thinking of other titles. Not actually sure what I'm thinking of, though, because I seem to remember it being called Red and Green Herb, but I guess I might actually be thinking of, the remake, RE1 remake 2002, because they do share the same style. I mean, I'm aware that, you know, 1, 2, 3, Code Veronica, like the original 1 and 2, 3, all share, you know, the same gameplay loop, but RE0 and 1 seem to run on the same engine, so they are also really identical. Let's just pick up these increments to combine them all into like one stack. That's pretty good. The blue key card we're gonna need, obviously. What do we not need? I'm trying to think. Well, I can exchange this, and then, okay, in the next episode I can put the ink ribbon, okay, I think I know what I'm doing. The ink ribbon down plus the key card, and I'll have some space there. Right. Actually, we'll give Rebecca 1 slot of space, because we're gonna use Rebecca for something later on, because there's a special cutscene if you do a certain action with her. But yeah. Actually, I know I keep contradicting myself here. I'm really sorry for this, actually. But what that means is that I want Rebecca to have lots of slots. I'm trying to think of what I could do with Rebecca to give myself all the space then. Okay, I know what I can do. It's fine. I'll do all that management item. Really? Item management off screen So in the beginning of episode 3, I believe the next one will be, I'll just be able to showcase how our loadout looks and all that stuff. Also, Billy's hands aren't even touching there on the animation. It's weird. But anyway, thank you all so much for watching this episode of Let's Play Resident Evil 0, and in the next one, we're going to be making our way to the last little area we've yet to unlock within the train. Hope to see you all then. Bye.